Okay, we're doing a status update. The septic is all installed, everything is in. We've got a clean out. So our trailer dumps in, ties in below here. You can see those two stakes. That's where the two covers are to the two ends of the septic tank, and the drain field goes out that way. So come back around here. We're gonna see the solar panels that I got here. It's 400 watts of solar. Solar shed. I'll show you the inside of it when I come back to this point. We've got the carport. I am going to put a panel on the bottom down here for wind block. And then we've got a pear tree, Asian pear, which is doing really well. There's one pear on it. Whether it'll get much bigger for this year, I don't know. We've got Alberta peach. Lovely tree. It's a little bit yellow, but it's coming back. It was a bit overwatered, so I had to put a smaller drip. Here's the nectarine, and it's doing well too. As you can see, the wind just loves us here. And then we've got one apple. This one is the Fuji apple, I believe, and this one is the Gala apple, right out here on the end. And then Jim planted all these oleander last week, and they're doing really well. So they'll get about 8 to 10 feet tall and be a nice barricade here in the corner, a nice windbreak. And there's our closest neighbor way over there, about a half a mile away, and another one way over there. And then there's those others. So we're kind of isolated out here on our own. We have our sprinkler system in here. You can see the blue flags for the water line down there, so we know where the water line is. So there's our little compound, big windscreen and sunscreen up there because the trees aren't coming fast enough. You can see the wind generator running. It generates anywhere from 20 to 150 watts, so it's not big power, but it works. And then we have our three Arizona ash trees. The carport. I was going to show you the solar shed. We have the generator out because we've had to run the air conditioner the last couple of days, and our solar's not quite powerful enough without the generator. But here's the solar shed. So here's all my solar. I've got 6 batteries down here, and I've got the inverter right here. As you can see, it's fully charged, and it's running the swamp cooler up inside, some storage. I got a fan that blows the air out, and then all my control stuff is over here. So I've got power coming from the windmill outside, and then I've got the 2 black cables that come from the solar that come into here. And so I have a solar controller right here, and I have a thermometer. You can see it's 95.9 in here right now, Fahrenheit. This is my wind generator, and as you can see, it's 79, 93, 139, 154. So it runs fine. So that's the systems. The panel and the generator charge the batteries. The batteries run the inverter, and the inverter goes into this electric circuit here. It comes out of the shed into the electrical circuit, and this is where I plug in my trailer to the circuit, and then I have to swap it over to there when I'm running the AC inside. Here's another tree. This is a Vesuvius plum tree. And then you got your dog house. My dogs are in the shade over here, squeezing in the corner. There's where the septic system is again. Jim has cleared all this brush out. Here's the little chicken run, which it's too hot right now, so they're not out here in the run. They like to run back and forth in here. This little chicken run. There's Helmet Head. He's the brown one. And when he was a chick, his head looked like he had a helmet on it. So that's their little chicken run that's always open. There's a blonde, there's a black, And we think they're all hens, all 7 of them. So here's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's 2 more up in here, which means they're probably laying eggs. Let's take a quick sneak peek and see if we have. Oh, there's 1, 2. They're both right there, probably laying eggs. So we're gonna leave them alone. We got a dozen eggs this week. And then this, we've got, we replaced the lavender because they didn't do very well with, I can't think. It's a spice. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I'll tell you in a minute. And he's got 4 birds in his aviary. So this is the outside flight. And you've got 1 tiny little bird right up here. See if he doesn't fly off when I get close to him. If you can see it right there. And this is our tiny garden spot right now. And in the garden, we've got radishes have gone to seed. Oops, that's not gonna work. You can't see anything. Let me open this up. Oh, it's stuck. There we go. All right, so now you can see we've got spider web. Okay, so the radishes went to seed. They didn't even grow. Lettuce, this butter lettuce is coming back, not doing too great. I've got 1 tomato over here, which is kind of struggling at best. Oh, I've got a spider web in here. It looks like a black widow or a brown recluse in here. I'm gonna have to figure out which one it is because the stiff web. That's a tomato plant. Small, the little ones. Pear tomatoes. And then the other tomato plant is hidden behind here. See, there's some tomatoes on it. And this is the basil, and it's gone wild. Jim needs to cut it back. We're gonna take a lot of it home with us when we go home this week. And then this is where we're gonna plant the garden next year. So this, I'll come back to this. This is gonna be the garden spot. So the reason for the blocks, we're gonna come out 8 feet by 8 feet. 8 feet, we're gonna move that wall right here out to the outside edge and then put 2 more walls on a roof so that it has the stuff in it to block the sun, because in this area, it doesn't work very well to have the sun beating on your plants. And then we come around here and we've got a bit of junk back here. Here's where we moved the fuchsias, not fuchsias, I keep doing that, the lavender, and you can see 2 of them, 3 of them died. We've got 3 still alive here. We'll see what happens to them. This is how you get into the flight for the aviary out here. And this is an aviary shed. There's the plumbing, the drain and the in for the water in his sink in there. Show that to you in a second. Got a junk pile, got to get rid of it. And then I'm not done with water. I've got to go get 1 more load and offload it. And then what I do is just run that pump with a 2-inch line into the tank, from the tote into the tank. This is the garage for the boss. And inside here, we've also got a porta potty, just in case the one in the trailer is occupied and you need to have an extra, you've got an extra spot. Anyway, so we've got a shed with all of our storage stuff in it, and the boss parks in here. And the water tank, it's a 1550 gallon water tank, and all the pump systems. So it's all solar driven. Inside that green tank is a pump, a 12-volt pump, and then it feeds the water lines. And as you can see, we got quite a bit of water coming off of it here. So we've got a trailer. I've got the swamp cooler, and I've got, this is just this line right here, but I've got filters on that because we drink that water. And this is the sprinkling system right here, and it's set to run every day for 1 hour. and it just automatically runs and waters the entire system. Then I have one more Vesuvius plum tree right there, which when it finally matures and grows tall will shade the tank. So that's the intention for that. Anyway, so there's the whole thing. 10 minutes of your life. Two things I forgot to show you. This is the aviary. See, there's one of the security cameras. There's another security camera on that one. So we've got two. This is his aviary. And as you can see, he's got an inside flight in here for his birds. They come in, that's their nest boxes. They've got food and they've got water down here. So they come in here. There's a sink, and so he can wash his stuff. And the lights run on a solar from the roof so that we have lights inside here. And it's used for storage when we're not here. So there's that. And then I was going to show you the swamp cooler setup, which we can run the air conditioner and it cools it down with AC. This little setup is just a swamp cooler that we had, a freestanding one that I plumbed to go into the trailer up here. So it runs, it's on medium now. It keeps the trailer pretty cool most of the day, as long as it doesn't get above 100. When it does, we need the air conditioner.